Hey there folks, welcome back. Whilst everybody's talking about the Game of Thrones finale, instead I'm not going to be. Partially because I never watched a single episode of the show, but also because next week is 250 weeks, so it'll be the 250th week of this show. And I spent the evening racing on this thing. Well, also most of the afternoon, but let's start to digress. There were two things I didn't really cover over the course of this week, and I want to do them both very quickly right now, which are the Spanish Grand Prix and Rally Chile. Now, I'll start off with the Spanish Grand Prix. It's probably going to be the final one for a while, which is a shame because I quite like the Barcelona circuit, but I understand that it can also create some quite dull races. I'm not going to say that Zandvoort won't be doing that, but I understand why FOM are doing that. It's actually something I'm planning on doing. If you've been around here for a while, you know I've talked about the idea of doing some kind of breakdown about a Marxist analysis of F1, and so this feeds in as a perfect example. As a race, I don't know, I want Bottas to win the title of the season. That's pretty much all I can say, really. The Red Bull Honda is showing such good performance, and with the Toro Rosso doing so well as well, you have to think, how well would Danny Rick be doing had he decided not to jump ship? He might even look at going back to Red Bull if they'd allow him. That's if they don't think that they'll have Ticktum and Gasly fighting out for the number 2 seat soon enough. Because eventually that's what it's going to be. Eventually, I think Red Bull are going to say, look, we've got Pierre, we've got Max, we've got Dan Ticktum. Mercedes is going to be like, we've got Ocon, we've got Hamilton, we can't shift Bottas because he's actually doing quite well. And if we get rid of him, he's going to be picked up by somebody else and we're going to look really stupid for doing it. And then Ferrari are going to be like, well, we've got Leclerc, and they might have Vettel, and they'll want Schumacher. So the big three will be like, yeah, let's have 3-car teams. That's where it'll be going in the end. Then you want grids of, 20 or 30 drivers. What they need to do is something like the WRC. So firstly, fastest lap shouldn't count towards manufacturers' points. Secondly, they should have the top 2 drivers scoring the manufacturers' points, and then it go down. So Mercedes 1, 2, 3, Ferrari 4, 5, 6. You get the first and second points to Mercedes, and third and fourth to Ferrari. Anyway, that's been about 3 minutes about that. Let's talk about Rally Chile, which was much more enjoyable as an event. Got to feel sorry for some of the drivers. Thierry Neuville, luckily walking away from that crash, that was massive. It's just a kind of testament to how strong those cars are now, that you can have a crash like that and walk away from it. Further to that, you got to feel sorry for Chris Meek getting that 1-minute penalty. Obviously, and you can watch Colin Clark's video, I agree with him, the penalty was justified. Not too sure about the size of the penalty, but the penalty was justified. And that comes from me being a Chris Meek fan. Loeb was amazing in his first gravel outing in the I-20. Took a while for him to get used to it, and it was like, well, this is interesting. This is his first gravel rally since 2013? I think 2013 Argentina was the last time he did a gravel outing. It might have been Spain, because I think Spain was back big surface by then. I can't remember what race he did in 2013, I'm afraid. OGA showed that the Citroen still has some ways in terms of development, but he's still probably one of the best drivers out there. And Tanak showing how dangerous that combination of Toyota and Tanak is. They just need to, and this is something that I've been saying since they came back in 2017. They need to make sure the car isn't as fragile. Gotta feel sorry for drivers like Gary Matti, who are now so experienced but aren't able to properly capitalise because they just keep on having all of these problems. EP the same, but that's because the Citroen is arguably still quite underdeveloped. And I'd love to see the M Sport boys fighting up there, because Elfin was able to do it in Corsica. Maybe we'll see something different in Portugal. Maybe we will. Anyways, those are my thoughts on them as we end up gearing up for the next events in those respective calendars. Monaco in F1, Portugal in the WRC. They're going to be interesting. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye for now.